Hi, welcome to Porch Reflections. I apologize, I'm swinging a little bit. Hope you have your cup of tea with you, and we can jump into today's reflection. So, Valentine's Day was yesterday, which for me was fantastic. I had a great day. I was able to teach some classes, and then went out and listened to some fantastic music, really great music, and all in all, a great evening. What I'm sharing, though, comes a little bit from being on the heels of a week. I tend to start teaching on Monday and really sort of let the ball roll, if you will. There's a bit of a theme that starts, and it starts to gather momentum the more I talk to students, and the more I interact with students, and the more we're in relationship with the yoga and the experience of yoga and what rises up as each of us come into the experience of yoga. And this week being at Valentine's Day, I'm an interesting person. I sit in the middle. My teacher Britt talks about the word sacred gray. It's very, very, very much who I am, always have been. Not so much that I've learned this by being a yogi. It's really being my part of who I am on my Enneagram. Who I am as a middle child, who I am as a Pisces. There's just so many ways that I am in the middle and find conflict difficult, and also feel apathy difficult. So I'm sort of right in the middle of some of these places. It's where I sit. So I get that people don't like Valentine's Day because it's a Hallmark kind of forced, go buy the flowers, go buy the card, and be in a certain way at a certain time. And then there's the other part of me that absolutely loves that, because consciously we're all thinking the same thing and providing lots of love and kindness to each other on that day, even if it is or seems a little forced. There's something collective to it, that on this day many, many people in this country and in other countries as well are doing that. So I just love that. So tapping into that theme of love per se, but I don't think I talked so much about the love that's outside, more obviously the love that's internal. And what's been sort of percolating for me this week is this word perhaps. Perhaps it is possible, is the sentence. Perhaps it's possible. And I don't really know what the answer is going to be from time to time. I just repeat it a little bit like a mantra. So throughout my morning on Monday, perhaps this is possible. Perhaps something will be possible. And just opening up my biases a little bit, like just opening the shutter a tiny bit, letting a little bit more light, if you will, in to my experience as I walked through the week. And what started to show up for me and show into my life and into myself, that there were many beautiful gifts given to me. Compliments, yes, they were compliments, I guess. They were also feedback, also connections with some friendships, and all these gifts started coming in, and the word I kept thinking was perhaps there's more room in my life right now for this to happen. Perhaps I've been a little closed off to this. And rightly so in many ways, raising a family, doing lots of other things. There's a busyness that can happen in our lives. But I was just fascinated by this perhaps this is possible. And it gave me a little window into friendship and a softening. There's a softening in my heart that there can be an interdependence, that I can depend on someone else and they can depend on me. And I think that's something I've been a little bit hesitant in. I don't know if I like a lot of people depending on me. I like to have my own governance maybe, or more my own ability to be managing my time and not feeling that I'm interdependent with someone else so much. So it's been a fascinating softening for me, in and around my chest, down around my belly, and mostly it's emotional. Like I can feel this sort of wobbly emotional side to myself that also feels almost a little giddy, a little bit glee in me, that there's a possibility for me to be interdependent with other women and have more friendship, more soul connections, more I need you and you need me, and I will be there and I will show up. So I'm just sharing that this started for me with the words, perhaps this is possible. And I invite you to go ahead and use that little phrase just for a couple of days and see what shows up for you. Because what showed up for me was something I needed, a gift for me, a gift for my heart, my belly, my way of being, so that I could be more present to the here and now, so I could be more available, and so that I fill my life with people and women and men and experiences in a way that enriches me. So that's what it did for me. It took a question, then I allowed a softening to happen, and then I could feel into the pattern of what might have prevented that or been a barrier for me. And then as soon as I saw that, I could really just relax that, let it relax, and go, that makes sense. It makes sense. And then from that place, really enjoy the benefits that are arriving and arising in me. So perhaps something is possible for you. And it's a Friday afternoon, and as you go into your weekend, possibly, if this is when you're watching this, you'll have a beautiful, beautiful experience. Until next time.